So first is awake event function. So this is called when our game object activate in our game world. So it is called after prefab instantiated and before start method. So it is very helpful when we want to initialize anything or get component method, so we can use awake. So next is OnEnable. So this is called when we enable our game object in our game world, so this function will be called after that. And next is start. So start is called just before our first frame when we are going to start our update method. So this is very useful when we want to calculate so we want to get component and other resources, so which can take more calculations, we can use in a start method. Next is fixed update. So this is called frequently independent of a frame. So this is like a fixed interval, we want to calculate something for like physics, so we can use this a fixed update there. And which is very useful, which is in this function we can't use delta time. Next is on collision enter. So basically when we collide two rigid body or collider, so this function will be triggered, and when they touch each other, this event will be called after that. On mouse click is called when we click any game object, for example mostly in button. When we click that button, so this event will be triggered after that. Next is update. So update is called for every frame, and when we require to calculate or draw some frame, so we use this update method, which is very beneficial uh, to calculate any calculation and for every frame. And this is called for every frame, and we can use delta time in this frame to if there is any higher rate or low rate frame, so we have to use that delta time here. Next is yield wait for seconds. So when every update function is called, then we can call this function after some delay, which is provided as a parameter into this function. And next is late update. So late update is called for once for per frame, and it is very helpful when we have completed all calculation for update, then we can use those result inside our late update. Very good example for third person camera, which is following our character. OnDisable. OnDisable is called when our game object is disabled in our game word, so this event will be triggered after that. So on destroy event is called for last frame, which is used for that game object when every update function called, and we have only last frame there, so this function will be called when our game object is going to destroy, so this function will be called on that on destroy.